So NinjaKiwi recently added a new Desperado monkey. Before you sink in hours into unlocking Desperado, playing game after game without the pop counter going up, I want to show you a strategy with which this is done in minutes. What if I told you that the 3.5 million pops you need isn't some mountain you have to scale, but more like a small hurdle you can jump in a single game in about 15 minutes? Let's be real, we've all been there. NinjaKiwi drops a new update with a new tower, which you need to unlock first, but then you see that massive pop requirement and it just feels like a core. You could beat Impossible mode twice over and still not have enough pops to unlock the thing. That's because the game doesn't care about the damage you do, but the number of bloons you pop, so taking down one giant COMG is almost nothing compared to popping thousands of little bloons. But there's a trick to bypass that grind entirely. A way to get something like 300,000 pops in a minute. It's called a Regrow farm, and it's a secret to getting this done way faster than you thought was possible. Today I'm gonna show you the exact step-by-step method to pull it off, and the best part? You can do this without monkey knowledge. So let's jump straight into an easy game on the map Cubism. First things first, let's get the setup right. We're going to the map Cubism since it's pretty easy and has enough straight lines on it for our druids later on. The difficulty doesn't really matter, which is why I'll be playing on easy to make it as easy as possible, obviously. For our hero, we'll just use Quincy. He's free, he's reliable, and he'll just get us through the early game just fine. Your first job is simple. Survive and make some cash. Place Quincy right here. As soon as you have the money, drop a sub in the water for some extra popping power. After that, it's all about the economy. Start placing 2 banana farms and upgrade them to 200 as fast as you can. Your early defense doesn't need to be amazing. Quincy and the sub can handle the early rounds. Just focus on building up the cash flow, because you're gonna need it later. Like I said earlier, we'll start with 2 banana farms. I'll drop the first one down in the corner, since there's plenty space here. We don't need to farm like crazy, for example, like in the boss events, but we do need to farm a little bit since we'll need many towers later on to build up that Regrow farm. There we go. Here's our second farm. We'll just upgrade that to the 2002. And then it's about saving up a little bit. We'll go for marketplaces and central markets in the end, which should be more than enough to make enough cash to build up that Regrow farm. As soon as you have the money, upgrade the first farm to a marketplace, and then save up some money for the second farm. We do need to upgrade our defense first though, since we don't want to die to some bloons in the early rounds, so we'll just go for some twin guns on the sub and maybe some airburst darts. And there we go. We have our second marketplace, and we'll be going for a few more, but first of all we'll drop down a village to make the next marketplaces a lot cheaper. We can also go for a monkey town later on to increase some value. Don't forget to place an alchemist for round 28. After that fourth marketplace, we will have to build some more defense, especially for the mob in around 40. And after we finish that, we can place some more marketplaces, upgrade them eventually to central markets, and then we'll go on. It's also important to upgrade the alchemist for some extra power for hero and the ninja we're about to place. So while farming, I want to tell you more about the strategy I talked about earlier. The strategy I talked about is a Regrow farm, like I said before. The idea is pretty brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of popping Bloons, instantly we're going to trap them in a loop. We'll let them regrow over and over so we can pop them infinitely. Every single time a Regrow Bloon regenerates, popping it again adds to our pop count. This is how we rack up an insane number of pops in no time at all. The golden opportunity for this trick is on around 76. 79 works pretty good too, but I'd rather do it on 76 since it's only regrows there. Don't forget to hit replay, since we want to go to around 76 like I said. Yeah. The round 76 sends out a ton of regrow ceramics, which are exactly what we want to farm. There we go, we have our first central market, and yeah, now it should go pretty fast with the other farms, since they're making a lot of money already. My plan is to finish somewhat of a, I don't know, square around that village of farms, so that we get enough money in the end. Since I'm not 100% sure how much we'll need, I'd rather farm a little bit more than have too little money in the end. So now that we have all our central markets upgraded, we'll just need to get some more defense to make it to around 75. And we'll be going for a sub-commander here, which is cheap enough to afford it pretty quickly, especially with all those farms, but also strong enough to carry us till around 75. So I guess we'll just add a village to give it proper camo detection, not only in the range of Quincy and the ninja. And now we'll wait till around 75. Don't forget to turn off auto start before around 75, so that we have enough time at the end of 75 to place our Regrow farm for around 76. We'll see us in around 75. So there we are in around 75. I turned off auto start, and now we'll just wait for the end of round 75 to set up our Regrow farm. You can basically sell everything now, which I'll do real quick. And now we'll set up our Regrow farm. First, you need 1 or 2 heli pilots on downdraft. We'll lock them in places. For example, maybe here and there, where many Bloons come around. Then, which is very important, which I like to use, are turrets, the storm turrets. You can also use only helipilots or only turrets, but I think just a combination of both is pretty good. Important, set the turrets to last, since we'll be setting them on the end of lanes, so they'll shoot down these lanes and hit all the Bloons coming from the top. And now we also need 1 or 2 clue gunners. We'll set them on closed just so that they hit enough Bloons. They are so we can slow down the Bloons, so that these Bloons have enough time to regenerate. Now we only need 1 more tower, which is our damage dealer at the end of the track, and I will be using the clay floored, I think, because it's just great. For that you can literally place it at the very end of the track. I will boost it up with a village though, just to make sure that it actually pops all the Bloons. And I'll be placing 1 or 2 more heli pilots to have a more efficient Regrow farm. No, I don't want control points. So, now that we have everything set up, we can start the round. And you should be able to see now that the Bloons are getting more and more. And it actually looks like our heli-pilots are a bit too much. But I guess that will even out the more Bloons there are. Yeah. That looks good. Instead of the Glaive Lord, you can also use the Ray of Doom or maybe a boosted Crossbow Master, but I just liked Glaive Lord more. Now we just need to let that run for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you will definitely get those 3.5 million pops. Okay, so I've let this run for the last 10 minutes, and now I guess we'll see how many pops that made. More than enough to unlock Desperado. I'm not sure whether 5 minutes would have been enough too. I guess you can just try it out by leaving the game like I did right now. You can always just go back in the game. You do have to put the setup down again though. Like if I just loaded up the game again, I would have had to put the setup down again, as you can see. But it would definitely be possible to just go out and go in back in to see if you have enough pops. And that's all there is to it. No more mind-numbing grinding, no more wasting hours for a single unlock. You need just that one game, one clever strategy, and the new cowboy monkey is ready to join your team. If this guide helped you get Desperado faster, leave a like and subscribe. And make sure to subscribe for more BD6 guides and strategies just like this one. And hey, let me know in the comments what you're planning on naming your Desperado. Thanks for watching and have fun with the new tower.